So next slide. All right, let's move on to experience. So that we often get lots of questions around education and experience on LinkedIn. You'll want to add all of your relevant work and education experience on LinkedIn. And keep it updated as you continue to grow in your career. You don't need to add lots of bullets on a LinkedIn profile. 2 to 3 bullets per position is sufficient. Many times we hear students say, I don't have any experience. But what you can include on LinkedIn is volunteer work that you have. You can include that as experience, including the title perhaps of the position you did. You can also include internships. That counts as work experience. LinkedIn Learning allows you to take courses and add them to your profile. LinkedIn Learning is something that you can pay for if you're interested in that. And then under your education as well, you can add a description under your education. So you can include, for example, key classes that you took, or projects that you were involved in, or clubs that you were a part of or had a leadership role in. So those are some profile tips for you. We'll be sending these slides out to everybody as well for you to take a look at again after the presentation. Next slide. So another part of LinkedIn that you can include is relevant skills. If you list your relevant skills on your profile, this helps potential employers to see what your different abilities are. It helps them to understand what your strengths are. And it also allows friends and coworkers to endorse those skills. You can take quizzes that showcase your skills as well. So for example, this individual showcased their skills in international relations, in political science, and in event planning. So there's many different skills that you can list on your LinkedIn profile. Next slide, please. So let's just take a moment, think about the skills that you have and write them in the chat. Let's give each other ideas. Who has what skills? Thank you. So we have programming as a skill. Excellent. So you can think about soft skills, hard skills, languages, program management type of skills. What else? Who else is still actively paying attention to the presentation? Any skills? Translation, great. Problem solving, team leading, leadership, digital art. Okay, now they're coming in, great. Critical thinking, communication, programming, Python, machine learning, problem solving, Microsoft Office, great. That's an important one, we know that. Video editing, research, writing scripts, leading others. Oh, AutoCAD skills, okay. Computer skills, communication and critical thinking. Great, so definitely all of you have skills, modeling, languages, being open-minded. You could figure out a way to translate that into a skill as well. That's certainly an important asset. Great, thank you. All of you have skills that you can definitely add. Oh, thank you for letting me know my voice is unclear.
Yeah, you start having an echo in your voice.
Oops, let me just turn it up.
Oh.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. I think what may have happened is the sound went down. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know. And is there still an echo, or can you hear clearly?
We can hear clearly.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so I think what I was saying is that all of you have many skills that you can add onto your LinkedIn profile. All right, let's go to the next slide. So Nawaf, if you can click one more time, please. So the recommended steps to take with your LinkedIn profile are: first, create your account. And next, upload your professional photograph or headshot. Add your headline, which you want to be very clear about. Write a summary for your About section. Add your work experience and your education. Select your relevant skills. And then, of course, you want to connect to your coworkers, to other students, to companies and friends. You want to follow different companies and groups, and then add your own posts on LinkedIn and comment on others. And then we have a few bonus points for you as well. So you can also ask for endorsements or recommendations from colleagues and peers. And then, of course, share your profile link with others. So these are all some points for you as you go about building or improving your LinkedIn profile. Let's go to the next slide. Great. So here's a sample communication on LinkedIn. This is, for example, if you're on LinkedIn and you see somebody has put a job posting directly on LinkedIn, we're sharing a letter with you that you can use to tailor and adapt if you're interested in pursuing a job. So if you can click all the way through no off, we'll just show the whole letter. So this individual says, oh, whoops, and let's, yep. So this individual says, Dr. Jobs, I hope you're doing well today. I came across your profile and thought your company and the work you do is very impressive and motivational. I would love to be considered for future administrative positions in the future. I'm a great candidate because I have the following qualifications. And then the person notes their main qualifications. Please feel free to review my LinkedIn profile. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate your time. Look forward to hearing from you. And they list their name and their phone number. So this is communication all done on LinkedIn. Now, what might happen from there is this Dr. Jobs might respond back to this person and say, we do have a job opening. Here is the link to apply. And then this person would follow the link to apply, where they would upload their resume, and they would hope that the company would contact them to be interviewed for a position. So oftentimes you can use LinkedIn both for networking as well as in your job search. So feel free to adapt this letter if it's appropriate for your own job searches in the future. Yep, next slide. So let's take a look at this individual's profile. The person's name is Pookie Do. In her profile, she says, looking for good job. You can see, in addition to her photograph, she has a banner that has her hair in the background. And you can read her about profile. You can look at her activity. You can look at her experience and education. What are some ways that we could help her to make her LinkedIn profile just a little bit better? Take a look and see what you would recommend for her to do to make her profile better. Please feel free to put your ideas in the chat. Yes, exactly. So you're all having the same thoughts. She could change her profile picture. What about the banner behind the profile picture? Yeah, she doesn't need to note that she likes hiking and cooking. She doesn't need to talk about her husband. Yeah, so she would change the headline. Somebody says she could create an entirely new profile. Yeah, the background we would also want to change. Exactly. So thank you for helping this person. Exactly. We would want to leave that personal information out of the LinkedIn profile always. We'd want to highlight our strengths, not our weaknesses. Yeah, a lot of unnecessary personal information. Exactly. Yeah, she doesn't have any connections either. She'll work on getting connections. Good catch. All right, let's look at the next slide. And indeed, just like you did with resumes, you were very smart with this as well. So the banner she should change her profile photo. She should make the About section much more professional. She needs to work on her experience, and she also needs to capture realistic education that showcases her strengths. So great job looking at this profile. Let's go ahead and move to the next slide. And let's look at some main takeaways from this session. So a LinkedIn profile can help you in many ways. It can help you to hopefully gain jobs, but also connect you to employers and peers that can serve as mentors to foster your professional growth. Next point. So you want to complete your LinkedIn profile as much as possible to increase your visibility professionally. Please work on your profile this month as part of your career development plan during the Career Preparation Academy. So you have several more weeks to work on your LinkedIn profile. Your headline doesn't necessarily have to be a list of titles or education. You can make it as unique or standard as you would like, but make sure it makes sense with the industry that you would like to work in. And you want to start building your network. So if it's asking for endorsements or recommendations, or searching for individuals who are your peers, for example, students if you're a student, coworkers if you're a coworker, your past professors, utilize the networking aspect of LinkedIn as much as the job hunting tools. And one more point that's not on this is that once you've established your LinkedIn profile, and I see that some of you have already actually done this, you want to actively share posts on LinkedIn that are professionally relevant. So for example, if you've attended a conference or a workshop, you can share that you attended and maybe share some of your key takeaways, what you learned from the conference. If other people are posting on LinkedIn about something that's interesting to you, comment on their posts, ask them questions about their posts. This will help you to engage with other people, to expand your network, and to expand your visibility on LinkedIn.